this is Mrs. Sakala with our Math Fluency. And today we're going to start with our flashcards and we're going to be doing 2s and 3s. I hope you've been practicing the 0s and 1s at home. You should be lightning fast with those. 3 plus 2 equals 5. 2 plus 0 equals 2. 3 plus 1 equals 4. 3 plus 0 equals 3. 2 plus 3 equals 5. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 2 plus 1 equals 3. Go ahead and make yourself some flashcards for your 2s and your 3s, just like I did, and practice, practice, practice. All right, now we're going to do some of these 10 frames. And remember, you're going to count up the dots. You're going to keep that number in your brain. And then when I snap, you're going to shout it out to me. All right, here's our first one. Count them up. 6. Good job. Here's our next one. Count them up. Keep it in your brain. Keep it there just a little bit longer. 3. Good job. All right, here's my next one. Count them all up. Okay, keep it in your brain. Don't let it out. Keep it a little bit longer. 10. Nice job. All right, boys and girls, now you are going to need your whiteboard and marker or your paper and pencil. So go ahead and pause me and go get those things and then come on back. All right, so we're going to start with some problems today that we need to figure out. So the first thing I'm going to have you do is on your board, I'm going to have you make 4 circles. Go ahead and make 4 circles. All right, now we're going to cross some of them out. We're going to cross out 2. All right, now we're going to say how many we started with is 4. Minus, that means we're crossing them out. How many did we cross out? 2 equals, how many are left? 2. And we say that 4 minus 2 equals 2. All right, here's our next one. This time, we're going to start with 6. So draw me 6 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I'm going to start with 6. I'm going to cross out 2. 1, 2. Can you write me that number sentence? How many did I start with? Minus how many did I cross out? Equals how many are left? We started with 6. Minus, we crossed out 2. Equals 1, 2, 3, 4 we have left. Great job. All right, we're going to try a couple more together. This time, we're going to start with 3. Make your 3 circles. And we're going to cross out 1. Can you make the number sentence for me? How many did I start with? Minus, how many did I cross out? Equals, how many are left? Read it with me. 3 minus 1 equals 2. Good job. Let's try one more together. Let's do 4. We'll start with 4 circles. We're going to cross out 3. ahead and try to make that number sentence for me. How many did I start with? Minus how many did I cross off? Equals how many are left? Read it with me. 4 minus 3 equals 1. Good job. Now you're still going to need that whiteboard and that paper for our very last problem. This one is going to be a word problem. So I'm going to read it to you and then we'll try to figure it out together. There are 8 cats in the house. 3 cats got out. How many are left? All right, so remember when we're doing math, we don't spend a lot of time making details. So I'm not going to draw 8 cats. I'm going to use circles. So I'm going to make myself a quick house. Go ahead and make one for yourself. Now, how many cats were in the house to start with? 8. So I'm going to make 8 cats in the house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I always like to go back and count and make sure I have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, give me a thumbs up if you have 8 cats. Great. Now, let's go back to our sentence up here. 3 cats got out. Oh no, they got out of the house. Let's cross off the 3 cats that got out. How many are left? All right, I'm going to fill in our number bond, and then I want you to try to write the number sentence. So I know that in my number bond, my whole, how many did I start with, was 8. My part, how many got out? 3 got out. How many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the number bond. Go ahead. I'll give you a minute to try to make that sentence, then we'll do it together. All right, how many do we start with? 8 minus how many got out? 3 equals how many are left? 5. 8 minus 3 equals 5. Nice job on our fluency today, boys and girls. Now Mrs. Knight is coming up with a great lesson.
Hi, boys and girls. We're back for another math lesson. Now, your teacher should have asked you to find an egg carton. Mom and Dad can help you, but we're going to take this egg carton, cut it at the end, and it's going to make a 10 frame that'll look very similar to this. 5 on top, 5 on the bottom. So if you have your 10 frame, you can put that down now. Okay, in your toolkit we made, get your counters out. I'm going to use little red ones today. All right. And our focus today is going to be the number 8. We've been working on subtraction. So I'm going to quickly fill mine in so it matches the number 8. 5 on top. And then it would be 3 here on the bottom. 5 plus 3 will equal 8. Great. I've tried to find things I have around my house. So here's some Uno cards. Today we're going to use those Uno cards to do kind of a quick little flash of takeaway, subtraction. All right, so here we go. We have 8 counters, and then I have this word less. This is a new word for us. It means like to take one away. It means a lower number. So let's take a look. I'm going to say you have 8, show 1 less. Great, grab it. The answer is 7. So I want you to shout out the answer to me. So put that back. Let's try another one. We have 8. Would you please show me 6 less? Go ahead. So you have to take off 6. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shout out the answer. 2. You're right. The answer is 2. Great. Put them back on. So we're just doing a little quick math of take away, which is showing less. Here's my Uno card. 3 less. On your mark, get set, go. 3 less. Take them off. How many? You're right. 5. Okay, put those back on. So you can do this at home. Find a deck of cards. You could Uno or any cards will do. Show me 5 less. Ready, set, go. I need 5 less. So take off 5. And what's your answer? How many do you have left? The answer is 1, 2, 3. Great job. So now we're going to move to a little bit of work where we take our number sentences using that number 8, And we are going to find that journal that you have in your book or a piece of paper. Remember how we used to make a workspace? So go ahead. We're going to have a top and a bottom. I decided to use blue. Make a line. Make another line because we're going to have 4 areas. Top and bottom that we'll work in. Remember, if you have to stop and go find something, that's A-okay. And I would get a pencil to use for this. All right, so here we go. So in your first section of your book, you're going to write down our number sentence. 8 minus 5 equals blank. You might read that to yourself and say, 8 take away 5 equals, we're not sure, so we need to show our work. Last week we talked about how we can draw a picture. I'm going to draw dots this time, little black dots. I'm going to put just like that 10 frame, 5 on top, and then 6, 7, 8. You go ahead and make that now. My number sentence says I have to take away 5. So we talked about it last week. Think to yourself, how would you take away 5 on paper? Remember, we talked about you can't grab it. You need to cross it off. Cross off 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many are left? How many dots have not been X'd out? 1, 2, 3. There's my answer. 8 take away 5 equals 3. Now we have to say, here's that number bond. We have been practicing this. Now I need to fill this in. Part, whole. Well, my whole is 8. I had 8 altogether. My 2 parts would be 5 and 3. Because 5 plus 3 equals 8. Just like 8 minus 5 equals 3. Let's try our next one. Okay, so on your paper, you're going now to the bottom. So your work is here for the first one. Now go to the bottom. So this is number 2. All right, you go ahead. Please make this number sentence. Write it out. 8 minus 7 equals, and you can put the line blank. Now I have to, and you do too, how would you draw that picture? Well, we're going to use dots because they're easy for us. So let's show 8 dots. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm moving right along. And then I say to myself, ooh, take away 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What would be that answer? Well, there's only 1 dot that I didn't X out. So the answer is going to be 1. It matches. Now let's take a look at the number bond over here. Oh my goodness, the number bond is still the same, but it's moved sideways. Every time we talked about that, number bonds can move a little bit. Up, down, sideways, but it's still the same. Part, whole. My whole was 8. And you go ahead and you can make your number bond, make your big circle, put the 8 in it. Your 2 lines out, and they're going to be the parts. 1, and then the 7. Notice, 8, 7, 1. 8, 7, 1. They match. 8, take away 7 equals 1. I'm going to draw a little squiggly line, and that's going to show the work we did together. And then this is the work that you're going to do now as your extension. So on the back of your paper, you have that nice divided line. You're going to write this problem. 8 minus 6 equals blank. Then you draw your picture and make your number bond. You can have mom and dad check to see how you're doing, but these 2 problems would be your extension. And then, of course, you can go to Zearn for a little extension. And then I'll see you next time, boys and girls. I miss you. Bye-bye.